Okay, we have to talk about Phoenix, the last race before Homestead in the Championship 4. Quick note, I will be at Homestead. I'm going to make a separate video about that. If some of you guys are going, I'm going to let you know like what time, I'll get there and where I'm going to be, just so I can meet some of you guys, because I've never really done that before. So that's just a quick note I'm going to put at the beginning of this video. I'm going to make another video sometime this week, so be on the lookout for that. I know what everyone wants to talk about. I'm not going to jump to it just yet. There's two different parts to talk about, both involving my driver, but just going to wait on that. We're just going to discuss the race a little bit, because I thought the first two stages were quite poor from an entertainment-wise, perspective. I think Phoenix, the way it's aged over the years since the repave, I think Phoenix as a driver's track is really starting to improve now. For drivers, I think it was a really good race, but for fans just looking at it, the first two stages were kind of dull. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In the first stage, we had a little bit of a glimpse of what Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin would kind of race like, and you can see right here, Chase Elliott gives a little bump to Denny, not wrecking him, just moving him out of the way. Denny had the faster car. Chase was racing him like an ass. I mean, let's all be real. He was being a little twat, but because Denny Hamlin dumped him at Martinsville, that's the only person that Chase really races like that. If you watch Chase race around everybody else, he races very clean, but around Denny today, you can easily tell. And later on in the race, we'll talk about it, you can tell he was not very pleased with how Denny Hamlin raced him at Martinsville. Kyle Larson won the first stage, and after that, he actually blew up. Again, fourth straight DNF. The things I do to want to see that guy at Homestead and be in the Final Four, I really wish he would be there. He'll be there eventually, next year. He'll get there. He'll win a championship too. It will happen. It's just really unfortunate what's happened to him. Blew an engine in the second stage. Now let's talk about Brad Keselowski a little bit, because earlier in the race, he was terrible. I mean, this guy was garbage. He was awful. And it was pretty bad because Denny Hamlin was leading the race and really doing well, and Brad Keselowski was not earning any stage points. There was a 19-point gap between the both of them, and heading into the third stage, they were dead even. So basically, it was a heads-up race between Keselowski and Denny Hamlin, but Keselowski's car was really poor. And now I'll get into basically what we all want to talk about. So let's set the scene here a little bit. It's the third stage. We have about let's say 80 laps to go. Caution just came out. It's kind of like a caution, breathe caution kind of way now. And basically what happened, let's start with Chase Elliott. So he's running 8th to 9th most of the race. He was up front early, but then fell back. And no one was really looking at him to really compete for a win. Somehow, Chase Elliott just goes on this miraculous run of having this freaking rocket on restarts. I don't know where this came from. I was watching him all race, and the car just magically gained speed out of nowhere. Maybe Gustafson pumped up the tire pressures, but I don't really know what he did. It was just really odd to see it happen. So Chase is moving up the field. He gets to 7th, he gets to 6th, he gets to 5th, he gets to 4th. Caution comes out, still around that area. Passes Denny Hamlin clean. But now Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott are both fighting for a win, kind of. Now with around, I want to say like 45 to 50 laps to go, they're racing each other. Kenseth is in the lead, I think. Truex is around there as well. Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott are running 2nd and 3rd. Pretty much, Chase Elliott really shows his intentions. Denny Hamlin would get around Chase pretty cleanly. He bumped him a little bit earlier in the race, but Denny Hamlin was racing Chase clean. But if anyone knows anything about racing, a lot of racers know this. When you know a guy doesn't like you and legitimately has a reason to get back at you, you're scared. When you see him in the mirror, you tend to become a little bit afraid of what he's gonna do. And Chase Elliott was bumping. He was beating and banging all over Denny Hamlin, hitting him in the left rear, never wrecking him, just really getting him out loose. And then right here, he gets into the back of him again, and then through 3 and 4, he puts him in the wall, which was I did not see that one coming, but he put him in the wall and caused Denny Hamlin to cut one of his tires, and Denny Hamlin later on, about 5 to 10 laps from that point, would cut his tire and make his day over. Now, I know you guys have an opinion on it, so comment down below, but I'm just going to tell you right now, that is one of the most impressive things I've seen from a race car driver. The ability to offer payback without wrecking the guy is really, I mean, like, if you're Denny Hamlin, what can you say about that? Look at it from Denny Hamlin's perspective. I mean, Denny Hamlin surely knows this. He just can't say it, but he knows he dumped Chase Elliott for the win at Martinsville. So he knows that whatever he has coming back to him, it's fair game. The thing is, Chase Elliott never wrecked Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott never jacked up his rear tires. He never sent him around spinning into the wall. He just tapped him, got under him, and then gently put him into the wall. Nothing that you would think that would wreck the guy. Nothing that you would think would ruin his day. If I put someone in the wall, you're not thinking, oh, that's going to ruin his day. I mean, yeah, he's in the wall a little bit, but it's like a little scrape. You carry on. But somehow Denny Hamlin cut a tire from it. I'm not sure the exact tire he cut. I think it was left front. I'm not exactly sure. You guys can correct me on it. But he cut a tire from hitting the wall, and I mean, that's literally perfect, that what Chase Elliott did. It was amazing. Completely incredible. Then we had a random incident where the safer barrier was on fire. It's a weird race, man. So we move on a little bit later on, and Chase Elliott's still on his little, rage to go through. But because of Denny Hamlin's mishap, Brad Keselowski's back in the race. I haven't talked about him, haven't really seen him. He's been running in the back most of the race. He's in trouble. He got up to around that 5th to 6th place area. Then they decided to pit. Once Denny Hamlin crashed, Brad Keselowski decided to pit because Paul Wolfe thought it was a safe call. So, and I agree with that. I mean, you're just pretty much banking. You can't really stop the 24. He might win, but you don't have the speed to compete with him. So you're just banking on getting yourself in and hoping the 24 doesn't win. So Brad Keselowski is going through his stuff, and then this restart happens where Eric Jones, I think, missed a shift or something, and this kind of sent Brad Keselowski into a little bit of a panic mode, almost got caught up in a wreck, but he was able to escape from it. On this same restart, Chase Elliott would go ahead and pass Martin Truex Jr. and then pass Matt Kenseth to get in the lead of the race with 30 laps to go. Now we're all looking at it, Chase Elliott in the lead, late in the race, is he going to hold on? And I'll give you my honest opinion. You guys can even look at my Twitter. I was tweeting from when he was making his move up. I was like, I'm shocked. I don't know what happened to that 24 car. And the reason why I was saying those things is because it's very odd to see a car that really is basically like a 10th place car, 8th place car, and then in one pit stop with really not many adjustments, just magically turn up into the fastest car on track. That doesn't really happen nowadays. So when you watch the 24 car go from 9th to 1st and how you have to abuse your tires to get from 9th to 1st, Kenseth was always up towards the front. Which is why when I saw that 24 car pass that 20 car, I was like, I don't think Chase has this. And he didn't. And he didn't. Right here you can see Chase gets passed by Kenseth, and then Kenseth would kind of go out and pull away, and Chase could never really get to that back bumper. I truly believe if Chase had a chance to get to the back bumper of Kenseth, I don't think Chase would have wrecked him. I think he would have tried to bump him kind of like he did to Denny Hamlin. I don't think he would have wrecked him, though. I don't think Chase has that in him to be that dirty to legitimately like spin a guy out for a win. I don't think he would go there, but he would have. I think he would have definitely roughed Kenseth up. But like I said, you pay every race car driver knows this. You pay a price for driving your car that hard. When the car you're racing was running up in 1st and 2nd, doesn't really have to abuse the tires that hard. You're going from 10th to 1st. You have to abuse the tires a lot to get past these guys, to get runs under these guys. That's abusing the rear tires and the front tires and all that. So you could easily see the 24 car slowing down. At 15 laps to go, it happened, and he got passed. Not really a big deal, in my opinion. I know everyone wants to really talk about Chase and like, oh, he's choked it again or whatever. In my opinion, he didn't choke it. He had a 10th place car and somehow got to 1st. That doesn't happen. Like, if he had the fastest car and lost this race, like from the beginning of the race, then yeah, I'd say he choked it probably, but he didn't have the fastest car. You just don't, that doesn't happen nowadays. It just doesn't. I can't really explain it. Like, it just doesn't, it's a racer thing. You have to, it is what it is. But huge props to Matt Kenseth, because this guy, let me tell you about this guy. Jeff Gordon got his farewell. Tony Stewart's got his farewell. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's never won a Cup championship, but he is Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's getting his farewell. Matt Kenseth is a Sprint Cup champion and has 39 wins in the Cup Series. You can put him in the Hall of Fame. And no one is really giving him a farewell. So for him to come out here and win the race in a car that he's basically being forced out of because one of the young guys is coming in, that's huge, and that's really huge. And like, people have to look at Kenseth and really appreciate for what he's done. I mean, he's just a great guy. He's a great race car driver. He's a champion. He's underappreciated because of his quiet kind of personality. He doesn't really put himself out there a lot. The most active he really ever was against Joey Logano in 2015. That's like the angriest we've ever seen him, or stuff like that, where he'd actually put himself in the spotlight. Other than that, you never really saw Kenseth in the spotlight. So that's why I don't think he's appreciated like he should be. And this was a huge win to Matt Kenseth. And the reason why I say that is because you look at today's race and you have Matt Kenseth winning, And then you'll have like the younger fan base kind of picking at Chase Elliott. Listen, Chase Elliott's going to be the most popular driver once Dale Earnhardt Jr. goes. And there are still people that pick at Dale Earnhardt Jr., you know, for reasons. People still pick at Chase Elliott for not winning a race. And my response to that is, number one, he's in a weaker car. Let's just be honest. That 24 car is not with the Gibbs cars. And I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just saying, if you lose to a Gibbs car, it's just like, well, shit, what can you do? But also, people forget how young Chase Elliott is. He is 21. He's 21. There's never been a NASCAR champion at 21. People are expecting this guy to get in the championship 4 and win races and become a champion at 21 in his second season in the Cup Series. That doesn't happen. It doesn't. Even guys like Jimmy Johnson, it took him, well, I mean, Jimmy was spectacular, but it took him till his 3rd season to really compete for a championship. It took Jeff Gordon about a couple seasons, 3 to 4, to compete for a championship. It took the greatest in our sport a couple of seasons to compete. I'm not saying win, to compete for a championship. This kid in a weaker car is already competing. He's technically competing for a championship. This format throws everything odd and stuff. But, I mean, when I see people criticize him, I'm just like, what do you want him to do? His time will come with people like him and Ryan Blaney. And I truly believe Kyle Larson, I honestly believe this is the racing gods telling Larson that your time will come. I truly believe that, because 4 straight DNFs in the weirdest way, you can't really explain that. I honestly, in my opinion, Truex should win the championship next week. And for guys like Kyle Larson, for guys like Ryan Blaney, guys like Eric Jones, and guys like Chase Elliott, they're all young. Kyle Larson is I think in his 4th season. Ryan Blaney is in his, I want to say first full-time season. I'm not exactly sure. I think he's in his 2nd full-time season, one of the two. I think he's in his 2nd full-time season. Chase Elliott, 2nd full-time season. Eric Jones, 1st full-time season. You have to let these guys grow up, and their time will come. And when this sport loses the Matt Kenseths and the Jimmy Johnsons, and eventually guys like Kevin Harvick too, because Harvick's getting up there as well. When this sport loses those guys, then the guys like Elliott, Blaney, Larson, they will come and they will start winning championships and they will start winning races. So I don't want to see the hate on Chase Elliott because he's in a weaker car. He's running especially well. To go from 10th to 1st, he did a fantastic job. He gave Denny Hamlin payback, and his car just went away. What can you do if your car goes away? When you go from 10th to 1st, it's going to happen. So it is what it is, honestly. I'm very excited for Homestead. I want to really see Truex win the championship. I don't have a particular driver in there. I'm just happy Denny Hamlin didn't make it. Not because I don't hate Denny Hamlin. I wanted, at least a little bit of parity. We have a Penske car, we have a Stewart-Haas car, and then we have 2 basically Gibbs cars. But I really want to see Truex win the championship. This season's been written for him. It's storybook for him. He's at 1.5 miles. He's had the fastest car 1.5 miles. I really hope he wins it. He's been smart throughout the entire playoffs, too. He has no enemies. He has no rivals. He raced Kyle Busch really clean at Martinsville. That could have been one time where Kyle could have been like, I can pay him back at Homestead. But Truex never touched Kyle Busch. There's nothing, in my opinion, that will stop Truex from winning the championship. If it's not Truex, I hope Kyle Busch wins it, just because I think those two are the most deserving to win the championship. And Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski are kind of underdogs at this moment. But I think everyone would like to see Truex win the championship. It's just deserving. This format can still be unfair when you dominate an entire season and can lose the championship at Homestead. So I really hope Truex wins it. That's going to be my pick. That's going to be guy I'm not really pulling for. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be pulling for Chase Elliott to win his first race at Homestead. Will it happen? 99% no, because, at Homestead, those playoff drivers, they bring their best stuff to Homestead. And I really believe you're going to have to win at Homestead to be a champion. And I think Truex will win it. I think he'll be your champion. And it should be really good. But just back to today's race, I think it was a good race. The first 2 stages were really boring, in my opinion. I didn't think it was great. From a driver's perspective, it was really good. Again, for race car drivers who watch my videos, you'll know what I'm saying. For racers, it's a good race. But for fans, it's kind of boring. There's an entertainment and a racing line that you have to balance in the sport now. It's really hard to. But really the big story out of the race today, Brad Keselowski lucks his way basically into the Final 4 with the Denny Hamlin incident. Brad Keselowski should buy some beer for Chase Elliott, by the way, for doing that. Chase Elliott finishes second again. It is what it is. His time will come. Not really worried about it. And I'm expecting Hendrick cars to really step their game up next year with the new Camaro. And Matt Kenseth finally getting the win that we were all really hoping he would get this season, is just get a send-off. And I'll definitely see him at Homestead, and it's going to be great. And like I said, I get to see Kenseth's last race. I could see Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s last race. And let's not forget my girl, Danica Patrick. Probably get to see her last race as well. I'm not trying to make fun of Danica. I'm just saying, get to see Danica's last race. Like, she could be in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, I think it's possible Danica Patrick gets in the Hall of Fame, but that's just a different story for another day. And well, yeah, I'm just going to see Danica's last race. Guys, if you like the video, make sure you like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below with all your opinions and stuff about what happened in today's race. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff. And like I said, I'll make a video this week about the Homestead deal. If any of you guys are going to Homestead, I'm going to basically make a video saying where I'm going to be, what I'm going to do. And because of the Homestead thing, my post-race review for Homestead will not come out until probably Monday. So if you don't see a post-race video after Homestead, it's because I'm not home. I'm at Homestead. So I have to get home on Monday and then make the video. So just so you guys don't get confused there, just follow that. Also, I'm probably not going to be tweeting a lot on that during the race because Homestead's reception for cell phones is not the best. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. And yeah, peace out. I can't change. Even if I tried. Even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I try. My love, she keeps me warm.